realized Ryan was an extraordinary athlete when he was in preschool and he graduated from preschool, and they asked him what he wanted to be when he grew up, and he said he wanted to be a Ninja Turtle and a jet pilot fighter. And then they said what they thought he was going to be, and they said that he was going to grow up to win like the triathlon or something, because he was just so far advanced than all the other kids in the school that in PE or any games he won them all, and it was just no fair. They'd have to sit him out so the other kids could actually have a chance to win. So I think at that point I was like, well, you know, he's pretty good.
I think my mom and my grandma, they bought me like this little Rams jersey and helmet, fake plastic helmet and stuff from I don't know where they got it, but you know, I just remember wearing the helmet and the jersey and stuff, and you know, just playing around the yard. And then when I was old enough, I told my mom I play football, and you know, up there, you know, when you're 7, you know, you can start your first year of padded football and everything.
Well, when Ryan played youth football in Tehachapi, he was certainly very good, and there was a lot of the coaches and stuff there that said, you know, like, Ryan is really good in a small town, but you probably should move him to a bigger city to make sure he, you know, like, he is good against better talent, and he will get more recognition. So we moved to Bakersfield, and Ryan actually wanted to go to BHS when we moved down here, and the house that we moved into I thought was in the BHS district, but it was a street over. So he ended up, by default, coming to West, which was the best thing that ever happened, because Coach Cornford and Coach Lewis, like, they were just amazing coaches, and I think they really brought out the best in Ryan and made him to be the man that he is today.
I was at West High School from 1998 to 2008. I was a teacher there and the head football coach the last 7 of those years.
Well, I first met Ryan his freshman year in 2003, and I thought he was an incoming transfer as a junior.
Ryan Matthews' work ethic was phenomenal on the football field. The kid put his heart and soul into every single play, whether it was offense or defense, whether he had the ball or he didn't. He was going 100 miles an hour.
He is, without question, the most explosive and dynamic player I've ever been around as a coach. His work ethic on the field is tremendous. He's willing to do whatever it takes to be the best possible athlete he could be.
Well, Ryan is definitely gifted with a lot of God-given ability there. He's the most powerful kid that we've ever had. We used to test him by having to throw a medicine ball over a racquetball court. Over the wall, and he could take a 12-pound medicine ball from the far end line of the basketball court and throw it over the wall there, which nobody else could even come close to that. Ryan's senior year of high school, he ran for 3,396 yards, which led the nation. That's about 280 yards a game for him, and the last 9 games of those, he was actually our quarterback. Our quarterback had got hurt in the 3rd game of the season, and Ryan was the backup, so we ended up just putting him in the shotgun and running downhill, kind of like Tebow does. He threw 12 touchdown passes, but he ran for 48.
Well, he kind of flew under the radar in the beginning because he wasn't one of those young men that attended every scout camp, rival.com camp. He took more of the approach of, I'm going to let my play on the field, do the recruiting for me. Schools saw his play his junior year, and they became very interested in him. Unfortunately, along the way, he had some hiccups in the classroom, which kind of pushed people away.
I was getting letters from everybody, after my junior season, going into my senior year, I'm on top of the world, just the big guy. I had started missing school, towards the end of the year, my junior year, but I still had enough grades to be eligible for the next year and everything. So, I was just a big man, that's what I thought. I'm looking back on it now, I'd definitely change it, just because it really made the path that I needed to do a lot harder, and knowing what I know now, I start trying to tell these kids, it's all about the grades, coaches aren't gonna, look twice at you if your grades are, you can be the best athlete in the world, and luckily I was blessed enough to have Coach Hill come down and really set me straight on what did I need to do and what I needed to fix to really pursue my career in football and everything. So, but other than that, I was looking back right now, it's just like, man, what was I thinking?
I had found out that he had, missed a bunch of school and was getting bad grades, and he had just basically wanted to quit sports and just wanted to quit life, and I didn't understand it, and just all the things that we had been through and stuff, he had all these opportunities. After we talked and he listened, and I just said, give yourself the opportunity to to have the choice when you do graduate from high school to go to college, and he did. Like, he pulled himself out of this rut, and he got good grades, and he went to school, and he went early, and he stayed late, and he did all this work and all this extra credit, and he just buckled down and did what he had to do when it would have probably been a lot easier just to give up and walk away. And that's one of my proudest moments of him, because I never quit on him, and he never quit on me.
Pat Hill stuck by him through and through, and that's why he was loyal to Pat and chose Fresno State when other teams came calling at the very end when he did qualify.
The day of the draft, we had a little gathering at a house, and it was just close friends and family.
You know, I just had butterflies in my stomach. I couldn't sleep. You know, I'd wake up, you know, every other minute, you know, seeing what time it was and seeing if it was light outside. You know, just waiting for me so I can get up and do something and keep myself active and keep my brain busy and everything. So I ended up waking up and then went to go work out at Fresno State, and it seemed like the longest workout of my life.
On the TV, they said the Chargers had traded down, and for some reason I just like, what? And just I got this weird feeling and like goosebumps, and I ran down the hall into the bedroom where he was, and he was sitting there, he had his head down, and he was talking on the cell phone.
Just Coach Norv and all them, they're just messing around with me. I was like, just thinking to myself, like, why are these guys calling me right now? You know, like, what's going on? You know, they don't got the next pick. You know, Miami got the next pick. Are they trying to, like, fool me? Or what are they doing? You know, what are they doing? And then TV comes back on, and, you know, Goodell comes out and he says, you know, Miami Dolphins have traded their pick. You know, San Diego Chargers for the 12th pick. And, you know, they asked me if I wanted to be a San Diego Charger. And at that moment, you know, about half a second later, you know, he said the Chargers selected Ryan Matthews. You know, and this is unbelievable.
And he just looked up at me, and like I just knew, like, and I got tears in my eyes, and he hung up the phone, and he stood up, and he's like, I did it, Mama.
I think Ryan's best quality is that he's completely selfless. From the time he was a freshman in high school till now, he hasn't changed. His freshman year, he loaned me his cleats so I could play in a flag football tournament, you know, and I, you know, just hardly knew the kid then. He was always just a great teammate that gave whatever he had to his teammates, and so that they could enjoy some of his success.